Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakah Kwadash, and double honors to the apostles of the great millstone that have taught me what I know, and including the bishops as well, on down, and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Brakatham to the 144,000, and including the 1/3 as well that do follow. And it's your brother Laban. I shoot another video at the end of this week, and I'm going to just shortly address this Israel and Iran situation. And days ago, what happened was one of Iran's bases was hit by the Israelis. One of their bases were hit. I think a couple of bases were hit in Syria. A few of them or so, and so here lies the retaliation. All right, and what was told to Israel is to basically de-escalate the situation, which is what they're gonna do, because obviously this ain't gonna go any further. All right, this ain't gonna go any further, because we as well as we should understand. And before I go further, I want to read this precept. This is Matthew 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and seeing that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Exactly, because we know that the MOTB, or let me back up a little bit. Let's do this in order. We know that Jacob's trouble has to come, and then in that, the MOTB will be the implantable device that everyone's going to have to mandatorily take. Okay, so although this is exciting news, but we also gotta, be cautious and be just, and knowing that, this is gonna die down, but it's gonna come back up. When the time is right, it's gonna come back up, and before you know it, we're gonna see ourselves in the third wall, literally. And Jeremiah 49 and 20, as I'm gonna requote again, as I've been quoted in my previous videos, will surely come to pass. As I like to quote as well, that we have a more sure word of prophecy. All right. And the word of prophecy is ultimately none other book other than the Bible, which we have the full understanding of that, the 100% understanding of that. OK. And we don't say that to be braggadocious. It just is. OK, so also what I want to do is I want to read the book of Zephaniah 3 and also verse 8. And therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey, and for my determination is to gather the nations, as he's doing right now, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation, and even all my fierce anger, for all of the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And it's going to take all of these nations to do what they're doing and invoking one another to desolation, okay, on both sides. And we know that this is going to lead to the overthrow, which will be had in Babylon the Great, which is America. Babylon the Great, O daughter of Babylon, as you can also say it, America will be wholly destroyed. We can talk about Isaiah 13. We can speak on Isaiah 34. Various scriptures in the book of Revelations as well. Revelations 18. I mean, come on, just to name a few. All right. So yeah. But like I said before all of this happens and the Lord make his second return, the implantable device will be the prophecy, or the MOTB will be the prophecy that will come first, and Jacob's trouble as well. So let me read this too. It says, U.S. tells Israel it won't join counter strike on Iran, urges caution, as well as they're doing news on this right here. And the title of their news says, after Russia's warning, Biden won't support an Israeli counterattack on Iran. And that's what they found out as to why the U.S. is backing out of this. And Israel also is basically having to back out from this as well, this situation. But like I said earlier in this lesson, or in this video that I'm doing, is warning, because that's really what this is. This is basically a warning, as the prophets are supposed to do, is to give warning from the Lord, So like I said, this is going to kind of de-escalate, but it's going to escalate back up again when the time is right. And when it escalates back up again, it's going to be more effective. And we're literally going to see missiles flying. Okay. So, yeah. So also what I want to do is I want to read some other news too, because Sir Keir Starmer, which he's a politician, an MP, the member of the parliament, down here in England. And this is from the ITV news, which ITV is a a British channel. Just to put it out there, because obviously brothers don't know about this overseas. Okay, especially brothers in the States that might be viewing this. So yeah, it reads, Sir Keir Starmer admits he would push nuclear button as prime minister if UK was under attack. Sir Keir Starmer has said he would be willing to push the nuclear button if Britain was under attack, and should he be elected in as the prime minister. In an exclusive interview with ITV News, the Labour Party leader said a nuclear deterrence only works if there is a preparedness to use it. In a dramatic shift from his predecessor, Jeremy Corbyn, whose ambition was to see a nuclear-free world, and some Labour frontbenchers who previously voted to scrap the Trident. So what I'm going to say, that's the reason why Jeremy Corbyn, they pushed that nigga out of the way, because he ain't the man to be the prime minister when there needs to be an act concerning, in regards to protecting the nation. And like I said, there's an agenda that's had. And, the agenda is to what? Cause havoc on the earth, to reset, as the World Economic Forum sloganed, right? The Great Reset. So this nuclear war is going to play a major part of that. All right. But guess what? There is going to be an actual reset, but it's not going to be the reset that they have in mind. It's going to be the reset that the scriptures, the Lord has in mind. All right. And it's going to be a new world, an actual new world system, which will be had. And it's going to be by us governing that new world. This is what's being prepared right now. Okay. So that's why the Lord is assembling. Let me read this again. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. And what is the prey? The prey is the devil. The prey is the so-called white man. Okay. And as well as these other nations too. But primarily Esau is the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, and I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, and even all my fierce anger. For all of the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Exactly. So the indignation of the Lord is going to be those nations using those nukes against one another, destroying one another wholly. And in the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, it mentions about the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is in the east. And when you really go into the history of Jehoshaphat, he was the king of Israel. I think he was a Judite king, but in his tenure, when he was king, a thing was going to happen. And the nations conspired. All of the nations at that particular time conspired to taking the whole nation of Israel out. And so, if you were there, you could only but kind of imagine, you can imagine the what state of mind that they were in at the time. They were very well afraid, of course, and as well as the king. But the Most High told them by a prophet to say that, look, it's not going to end up that way. It's going to end up in another way. And I'm kind of rustically explaining it because I haven't read the story in a while. But what happened was the Israelites were told to hide. And so the nations went to pursue the Israelites, and they wound up coming across each other, literally, and they wound up fighting each other. And they wound up killing one another. So then the Israelites came out from hiding where they was hiding at, just to see nothing but dead bodies all around among them nations. So the same thing will be had in this generation and time. Because if you look at the Israelites right now, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians, the lands that we dwell in, and as well as our economy, we're not rich enough to possess nukes and various weapons of war and, a great deal of military power. We don't have these things. It's only these nations that have these things. All right. So we don't have a foot in this war at all. This is only among the nations. And even that's prophetic in itself, because the Lord is going to use the military might of every nation to get rid of them, so that the nation of Israel, us, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, can be established. All right. The elect are going to be established, and Yahweh Shah is going to be the spearheader of the new kingdom, the true new world order. Okay. That's what this is all about. So that's all I have to say with this. I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash, and double honors to the head apostles of the great millstone that have taught me this truth, and including the bishops on down, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Brakatham, to the 144,000, and including those that do follow, whom is the 1/3. I am out. Shalom.